I live in a one-bedroom cabin on the Ankle Lake community on 193rd Street. My name is my name. I'm a quarter-life crisis years old. In the afternoon, I wake up with an ache in my gut from the late-night Wendy's meal I had the night before. Last night was the first time ever that I was able to hit 3 fast food restaurants in less than 2 hours. 2,000 calories later has only taught me one thing: to double on that amount before I go to bed tonight. Maybe not. But then I keep getting the same feeling. Like I've been here before. Making the same colossal mistakes. Like I think something's gonna change, like I'm not gonna feel like sick. That's just the limbo I guess I have. Or that's insanity. But I guess it's time to conquer the day. Because there's that old saying that the early bird gathers moss or something like that.
You know, an honest answer is like a kiss on the lips. I'll give you 90% of the truth, straight from the peephole of my soul, and then take the other 10% to the grave. That's confidential. Sometimes the truth brought to light is too much bright. When you grow up, you find out that the quirky people in your family are really just alcoholics. I found out a birthmark was a burn mark. And then I discovered that the girl I was talking to online for 2 months was really a fat guy named Garrett. We give out fractions of the truth to people to make them feel better, or to make ourselves feel better. And I'm okay with not knowing everything. If you find a bottle of honey though, eat just enough, because too much and you'll vomit.
One time a waitress asked me how I was doing. Could have just said, "I'm fine, thanks. Doing good, how about you?" But this time, I wanted to be authentic. This time, I wanted to step away from the conformities of just being okay. So I told the truth. I said I'm not doing well. And instantly an aurora of fake lifted. Now I'd like to say the rest of our stay at the establishment was good, but it wasn't. We were treated poorly. Her answers were short, and she didn't check up on the table. I think that I opened her eyes to the fact that we're not all just okay. And that's the momentum that leads to being so.
Having an alter ego that's constantly wanting to take the light is like having a dog with a muzzle that's constantly wanting to bark. You can't contain it. There's like a push-pull of who's in control. Now I understand I can't make a wise decision sometimes. I still can't put down my phone before 1 a.m., which causes me to be mentally unstable the next morning. My other self is drawing me near to what's better. It's like my ego knows me deep in my marrow, and the only way I'm gonna escape it is with a White Claw and a handful of melatonin.
I loved football. It's all I wanted. And from the ups and downs and things not going my way to things being great, I loved it. I made it past what people thought I was capable of, but also not as far as I would have loved to be. With that being said, I used to have a prayer before games, but the more I think about it, the more I realize this prayer applies to life too. Give me the peace that surpasses understanding. Give me the courage to lead. Let whatever abilities I've been blessed with show. And if it's your will, when I get hit, that I shouldn't be playing, don't let me stand back up. Give me strength, and let me praise you, win or lose. Most of all, let me love this game while it lasts. You see, the pressure of the world and society, parents, or whatever may be going on, whether you're in a valley or you're on a peak, I say stand back up. Because you have peace, you have courage, and you have strength.
When I was a kid, I used to be afraid of everything dark or in high places, or large fast death machines called amusement park rides, because every time I looked over the edge, it just made me want to jump off. The one day out of the year that gave me the most anxiety was when me and my family went to the Puyallup Fair. Me and most of those rides don't get along. Just take me to the river canoes, because that's where I'm most comfortable. There was one rare occasion where I rode this thing called the Fireball, which is literally designed to make everyone throw up all at once. Most of these rides require 2 people, and that doesn't help when you have a brother who's a daredevil.
They say when you're not alone, you're on top of the world. I always liked being alone, and I think as life moved on, and I couldn't spend quality amounts of time doing what made me feel peace, this made me feel peace. And as I sit here, I remember why it does, looking at the beauty of creation. I'm not going to say I haven't had moments where I wish I wasn't alone, but I really don't think it has to do with having a partner. It's more so that we were made to have a deeply rooted bond, something sacred. Although a struggle I've had is negative self-thoughts, and that became subconsciously built into me, so much so it created unhealthy actions. A wise woman told me about the studies done on brains and how powerful our thoughts can actually be. I won't go into the finer details right now. I'm single because I have to uproot those weeds and start fertilizing positive thoughts that will lead to freedom.
Cruising around the Caribbean was my ideal vacation growing up. Although luxurious, it did take several days for my legs to become more sea-like. I couldn't tell if it was the motion of the ship rocking back and forth that made me more queasy, or if it was the all-you-could-eat soft serve they had on board. That was an early addiction for an 11-year-old like me. It's true, since I was a young whipper, I've been sailing. But yet, large bodies of water still give me the skeeves. But it was nice, you know. It was like being on a little town floating by in the Gulf. One of my fondest memories I had on the ship was staying up all night until we saw the port of Miami in the horizon. And then one of my worst memories was being on a charter boat on choppy water. I do not enjoy getting puked on.
Truth is, sometimes I sit next to a crackling fire. Solitude, peace, tranquility is what I desire. But the endless toppling of thoughts can confuse even a sane mind. It flushes with anxiety, discomfort, and doubt. Like the age-old battle of good and evil, I toss my greatest potential into an arena with my biggest failures. This leads to a continuum of sleepless nights and long days, and I often wonder, is this why the world is so divided and hurt? We need to draw to a power that surpasses our understanding. That's where I'm at in my journey. This is why I'm single. This is why I toss people to the flames. A necessary change that I noticed too late. So to anyone I've harmed, I'm sorry. And like Vance Joy says in one of his songs, I'm trying the best I can.
Trouble always seemed to find me as a kid. Growing up, I loved Hot Wheels cars so much that I decided it was a good idea to steal them from my preschool teacher's classroom. It's all fun and games until your family finds out that you're joyriding. In private school, we went over our science test answer just by writing them down. I thought it was a good idea just to copy them from the board as they were being written and then memorize them. To me, that's not cheating, that's strategy. Yeah, that little stunt got me sent up to solitary. Lutheran schools, man. They like to separate the good and the bad, but not the ugly. Then freshman year, we were filming with airsoft guns on school property. That was the genius idea of the decade. We were greeted by police, then detained, then expelled. Life has definitely thrown its curveballs at me, and I have to be ready to be the catcher. I just need a little more faith, I guess. I hear faith can move mountains, although climbing mountains is not something I enjoy. Check this out.
In elementary school, we had a spirit day. Spirit day was crazy hair day. So we had the bright idea of giving me about 20 little ponytails all over my head. As I'm walking the morning lineup, a kid about 2 grades above me used some choice words to make fun of me. It's just weird because when I had long hair, everyone always made fun of me. And then the second I had to cut it, people made fun of me too. See, life desires to kick you down and keep you there if you let it. You see, I always tell people I do things with intention, but maybe I was wrong.
As I stare at myself, I feel a rarity of emotion, something I can't really explain. Why is it when I look at my reflection, I don't see a glimmer of hope? So how can I expect someone else to look at me and bring it? See, a fool and a wise man, they can't coexist. And I was a fool. Something the people I let go won't understand for a while. And I thought it was because I was insecure about hair loss. We all know it's much deeper than that. I planted my self-worth in my appearance. And that was ruining my character. That ends today.
Ever felt like you're gonna have to go to an event that you know you're absolutely gonna dread? My high school reunion, for instance, it's coming up pretty soon. I might just go and stand in the back and observe, see who really cares, see who has friends. I just don't want to answer any questions though, because it's the same questions for everyone. How have you been utilizing your time over the past 10 years? I'm not loud in large crowds, especially when there's food on the table. But I know I'll probably get dragged into a discussion at some point if I am seen standing alone. But I promise, I'll probably forget everything that you've told me. After we toast drinks and break bread, I don't know if I know you any better. So the question is how well do you really know someone until you know them?
A lot of devices in the last year.
Humanity. What does it mean to be human? There are multiple opinions, but none can truly be proven. Truth. What is truth? A concept or an idea? Does it even exist? Or do we make it up on our own? Look, I can't pretend to know all the answers. We each have unique individuality, crying to get out. Things in our heart, and maybe we've never mentioned. Because who will listen? My question is still why? Why, when someone has an idea, a desire, a passion, are we, who are equally as confused, equally as scared, and equally as hurt, the ones to tear it down and burn it in front of the dreamer? You probably think similarly. This past year, I've experienced a lot of loss. Dreams, identity, family members, of mine and of friends. To my own friends taking their life. And some who still question if theirs are worth it. The dismantling of relationships. We all have a vice, something to comfort us without addressing the real issues. We express hate, selfishness, pride. This message will resonate with whom it may. I've concluded that the answer isn't the masks that we wear, it's what we do when we take them off. How much time is left? What are you gonna do to make a difference? Grow, love, bring joy, proclaim peace. I can't bear to lose anymore. But maybe I'm just drunk.
You know, many of you may not know this, but I'm not your average Hispanic American. I'm an athlete. Second grade, I played basketball for the YMCA to show my peers I too can jump. High school, I ran cross country, 3 miles a day just to stay in shape. And then come spring, I did track just to run circles around the haters. I'm also an artist. Was a photographer with a collage of photo albums just to prove it. I'm also an actor, writer, and director. I'm directing this video you're watching right now. Yeah, I also co-founded a YouTube channel and launched a film production company just to give others a chance on the screen. I like to take on new challenges. I raced up 69 flights of stairs at the Columbia Tower just to reach new heights. And then I swam the English Channel when I was 19. Okay, that last part I did make up, but the point is, when you're young, do something bigger than yourself.
I wish my brain came with an instruction book for every new person I met, but it'd be unfair to unpack a reality of thoughts to a group when the individual who holds them doesn't know how to release it. Things I wish I could comprehend enough to just let someone help me. People always have something to say, or to think, or to desire. Why is it that my restless nights are filled with the feelings of trying to discover the thoughts of the people who've made it clear they seek to destroy? Why do I desire to be a hero in a world full of hate and malice? Is it perhaps because I am the hate? I am the malice? I've been told I have a knack for integrity, that I'm an astounding man. Is there ever a moment I will see it and believe it in myself? These things I've made come to pass through discipline. Most haven't come to pass because of skewed self-worth. If given the chance to know me, would you selflessly take it? So now you might know more about who I am, or do you?
My favorite hiding place is the thoughts of mine you wish you knew. An infinite amount of information that make up my subconscious. I'll make it simple for you. Crack my head open, unspooling my brains, and you'll really know who I am. If only it were that easy. It's like I can't even escape me. A never-ending nonlinear construct I have to gnaw away at the hippocampus like I'm a rat in a maze, trying to find an exit strategy. I walk around on autopilot asking myself questions like, does every person do the same thing? We work, we eat, we sleep. Who's to say we aren't a simulation? Most of us are conditioned into routines 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it's because of my deepest thought process I've been able to unlock memories for other people. So now you might know more about who I am. Or do you?
And let it be said, being single offers its advantages. Men are built as leaders. We must become the branches ready to do the work as singular beings in our community, able to provide with whatever means necessary, to put food on our tables, to protect anyone weaker, utilizing our strength for the good. And finally, as teachers, with this statement, we declare as men to pass down to generations of youth. People perish from lack of knowledge, and intelligent people are always ready to learn. Being honest, showing compassion, having patience, and a thankful mindset. Whatever challenges life dishes out, we will face them on our feet. The goal is to nourish these qualities on our pilgrimage of life. So for now, we remain single.